Hey guys, Maria Andersen here, and we are talking about investing on this channel, crypto, stocks, everything. We will talk about Bitcoin. Will Bitcoin go to 20k again? And also we will talk about Ethereum and Solana. And for today's video, I invited my friend from Mind Your Biz channel. So let's begin, guys. Hello, my friend. Welcome to my channel again. It's very nice to see you again here. And today we will talk about very interesting topic. But firstly, can you introduce yourself a little for our audience, maybe for those guys who don't know you yet?
Sure, absolutely. First off, Maria, thanks for having me back on the channel. It's always a pleasure. My name is Seth, and I go by the alias Mind Your Biz. My channel is called Mind Your Biz, and I also run the website. It's over here.
Yeah.
Mind Your Biz.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's kind of the online handle. On my YouTube channel, I talk more about the cryptocurrencies that can be mined with computers at home, like a GPU or a CPU, or that one can use computer power to contribute to for the security of the network and then receive coins that way by using electricity. So that's a big focus on the channel. But we also talk about all of the current events and a bit of the price action in the major cryptocurrencies, coins like Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then increasingly the more popular coins like Polkadot or Solana as well.
Yeah, cool. So let's talk about Bitcoin now. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Can we see the chart?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm going to jump out of the way and just show you my screen. First, I've got a little portfolio that I set up just for our show today. And this is available on CoinGecko. Very easy to set up your own portfolio here and then track it on your own. But I've called it here Maria for our show together.
Cool.
Coin,
That's awesome.
Ethereum, and Solana here. And this allows us to quickly look at the coin project overview on CoinGecko, all of the relevant links, block explorers if we want to see transactions on that blockchain. And then if we scroll down, we can do a conversion into whatever local currency we need to, either other cryptocurrencies or various fiat coins, fiat currencies. So your Euro, USD. I'm going to leave it in USD and just show that at the time of this recording, one Bitcoin is equal to $41,366, for example. We've got an embedded chart, and we can move from either just typical price movement or into a candlestick chart. We'll take it a moment to refresh there. And then we can change the time range as well. So go to 7 days there, kind of take a brief look. Now, there aren't any drawing tools or any technical analysis tools available in this view, but it's a very easy way to keep track of the price movement and of different coins in a portfolio setting. So if you want to put in the trades that you've done or the purchases that you've made, you can. So at a glance, you can see all of your coins and your portfolio.
Yeah, that's very cool. I like this app also. I'm using it almost every day. It's comfy, and you can also use it from your phone, right?
Yes.
So let's see now, will Bitcoin go to 20k again? Because I'm really worrying about this now. Or I shouldn't be worrying, I don't know. Can you tell us?
Well, in my view, I don't think we should be overly concerned. But since we do have a relatively consistent downward trend, if you're concerned and you want to take profits, I don't think, and you're ahead and you want to take profits, I don't think anyone would blame you for taking profits before we see any more, negative down price action. So I think a lot of people are thinking that way. But I've got a more advanced chart on TradingView.com, and this is Bitcoin's price movement since the bull run began. If I scroll farther back in time, we can see that there was a channel, right? See this $30,000 to $40,000 range here in green, and this is what Bitcoin was doing previously as we broke out of its lower price into an all-time high, and we stayed there for a short time and saw that there was first off some crossing of the 50 and 200 day moving averages, and then we pretty much went parabolic after that point, broke all the way through the $40,000 to $50,000 range, and then stayed between 50 to 60,000 for several weeks. And then of course, hindsight is 2020. This is very easy to evaluate now, looking back. Looking forward is always the hardest thing, right, with a cryptocurrency. But this data does help us understand a little better what might be happening, as we dropped all the way through that range of 40 to 30,000. or I'm sorry, 50 to 40,000, and
Yeah.
then stayed in the 30 to 40,000 range for a while, right? We kind of moved sideways for some time, but moving down into the 20,000 to $30,000 range was rejected, right? Very strongly
Yeah.
rejected.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we came back up. Of course, moving above 40,000 was rejected too. So it looked like maybe we would stay in that 30 to 40,000 range. And then for us to break out and be so far above 40,000, I think for many people was unexpected. Many of us were thinking that here we might see a reversal and go into the $20,000 range at this point. So
Mm-hmm.
to have had such high pricing in Bitcoin for as long as we've had, I think was a pretty big surprise for a lot of people who were expecting for the bottom to fall out of Bitcoin, have there be extreme fear and desperation and concern in the markets, and then have large institutions come in and buy up cheap Bitcoin at this price, and then see a parabolic run up towards the end of the bull run.
Yeah.
So, if anything, a lot of people are feeling like maybe a move to 20K is a bit delayed. Maybe we should have already seen it. But yeah, pay no attention to these little guys. I
Mm-hmm.
keep these on my chart. I call them my chopsticks. Put those back on for my audience later. Uh, but but we can see right here, yeah, there's been kind of a rejection of the 50-day moving average, uh, breaking back up through the 200-day moving average. So we're kind of the reverse trend of what we saw before, where the 50-day was not crossing into a death cross, right? It was being rejected, the death
Mm-hmm.
cross every time. So bouncing off, bouncing off, bouncing off, and now bouncing off from the underside, right? So if that trend continues, who knows how far we could drop? Maybe it is $20,000 time. Maybe it is, $25,000 Bitcoin time. Maybe it's on sale now.
Oh yeah. Can it drop to 10,000, something like that? What do
It
you
can.
think?
Here's why I say that.
Mm-hmm.
So in the last bear market, I mean, that said, my personal gut feeling, without giving your audience advice, and I'm going to flash a little disclaimer here,
Oh, sure.
without giving your audience advice.
Yeah.
The reason that I say it definitely can drop to the $10,000 range is because of the means of production, the cost of production for Bitcoin right now. The last bear market, when we saw the retracement to an extremely low support level, we saw a support level that was just barely break even with the utility cost of Bitcoin, which is the cost of electricity in
Mm-hmm.
the most efficient markets with the most efficient hardware mining Bitcoin. And that's kind of, it roughly reflected what the lowest cost was at that point, around 3,400 US dollars. And then it ran up after that point. But now, with Bitcoin mining being what it is, with the relative difficulty, with the halving event that took place, so fewer mining rewards going out, the cost to mine one full Bitcoin has gone up. And
Mm-hmm.
so the utility cost of Bitcoin is already higher, right? Just that alone would indicate that we're very unlikely to ever see like $5,000 Bitcoin again. But $10,000 Bitcoin, I don't think is out of the question. Maybe when the dust clears and we're fully settled in a bear market and we find a new support level at the bottom of Bitcoin's value. And it sounds crazy to people because we're looking at $40,000 Bitcoin right now,
Yeah.
but it is absolutely possible. Yes.
You think this bear market will happen anyway? Because I hear a lot of people are telling like, oh, this time is different. This time is different. Well, we will see this bear market anyway. One day, maybe in 1 year, maybe in 1 month. Do you think we will see it?
It's tough to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really tough to say. We're on the verge of another economic meltdown worldwide, and Bitcoin never existed under those conditions. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
sure, the white paper came out in 2008, and yes, the network went live in 2009, and really became effective in 2010. But many areas of the world were already recovering from the effects of the global economic meltdown at that time. So there was already a recovery in the fiat markets at that point. We haven't really seen how Bitcoin performs when it dips along with stocks and real estate and every other financial market. So we
Yeah.
don't know. We don't know exactly what it's going to look like. Anybody who says it will definitely go to a bear market, I take it with a grain of salt. And anybody who says that it definitely won't because it's different this time, Who knows? We can't know for sure.
And what do you think about China's ban recently? China bans Bitcoin. Is it too bad for Bitcoin? Or I don't know, because I hear that China bans Bitcoin like every year since 2017 or something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is just seasonal news. It's like, I mean, do you
Oh.
if you live in an area of the world where where you see snow, like will your town see snow this year? Yes, probably. Now this is China now, right? It's becoming this regular thing. It's just a part of the seasonality of Bitcoin, right? We're like, oh, we're going into Bitcoin winter. That means China will say that they're banning Bitcoin, and yes, we'll also see snow on the mountains. It's
Oh, wow,
just
yeah.
yeah, part of the climate.
I think so too. And is it really possible to ban Bitcoin? Is it possible to ban Bitcoin?
Yes and no, and
Mhm,
I'll give you two sides of this argument.
mhm,
It's possible in as much as people use simple means of access for the internet. If you use very simple means of access for the internet, then technologies like the Great Firewall of China could keep you from participating in a meaningful way.
mhm,
But if you know how to use more privacy oriented tools like privacy browsers like Tor, or even
mhm.
just Brave, technologies like onion routing, Tor, and then various wallets that you can download by using Tor, so that you're able to circumvent the larger political filters like the Great Firewall of China. Then no, you'll be fine, and they can't stop anyone from doing anything with technology, as long as
Wow.
they know how to use privacy technology.
Wow, cool. Thank you. So let's see some Ethereum chart now. I think it's
Sure.
enough talking about Bitcoin. Let's talk about Ethereum. It's my favorite actually coin for now. I love Ethereum. I think I think anyway it has a big future despite the like Cardano and all this stuff, which is going to flip Ethereum. So some people are saying this. I don't know.
Yeah, I disagree with them. I think
Yeah.
I think more along the lines of you, Maria. I'm a big fan of Ethereum, and I think it has room for improvement, of course, but it's where DeFi is happening right now. Same with NFTs. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of interest from the outside of crypto on Ethereum. But yeah, here's that same CoinGecko
Mhm.
overview, but this is the Ethereum page, and shows right now, as of the time of recording, we're looking at a price of $2,834 for every one ETH, or Ether is the name of the
Mhm.
token. And then there's a simple chart here. Let's go ahead and just zoom out a little bit. Look at the 30-day. Oh, wow, it's really thinking. There we go. We'll look at the 30-day, and it looks very similar to the Bitcoin chart. They're highly correlated. And so, yeah, that's sort of downward, like almost like bouncing down a hill, right? Ouch. It's just tumbling
Yeah.
downward. Similar movement to Bitcoin. So I think if we're looking at what could be $20,000 Bitcoin, then I think it's very likely for us to see Ethereum kind of operating in a similar range, somewhere between $1,500 to $2,000, or even less. Let's not forget that only a year ago, Ethereum was, it was only in the hundreds of dollars, not even in the thousands. So they've
Yeah.
both come quite a way since they were just a little over a year ago.
Well, I'm ready to buy Ethereum for $200 or even $500.
Yeah, it'd be pretty amazing if we did see that, but yeah, I'm not convinced that that's the case either with Ethereum, because there are very big technological launches that their developer team are announcing as well. I think that it's possible that maybe it doesn't drop as many percentage points as Bitcoin in the upcoming market. If there's a big correction, it's possible that Ethereum, that it weathers the storm a little bit better, because they're rolling out their proof of stake merge with the beacon chain. So there may be a lot more investor interest in holding on to Ethereum and in propping up that price.
And there is also one coin that recently went like parabolic, and it's Solana. So, what do you think about this Solana? Why it went so, I don't know, to the moon? Why not? Why not Cardano? Why not Matic? Why exactly Solana? What do you think?
Wow, that's a tough one. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of Polygon too, because it is in direct support of the Ethereum ecosystem. So I view Matic, right, Polygon and
Yeah.
and Ethereum as the same thing in my mind. But Solana is very different. It uses a very different programming language to allow for smart contracts to be built on top. So It does a couple of things that have developers interested right now, which is more smart contract languages or more programming language compatibility. So for developers, that's a big deal. They really love that. And so where the developers go, new things get built. That's point number one. And that was somewhat true of Polkadot before, but I think it's more true of Solana now because they're not all on testnet. Solana is live on its mainnet now. So it's a finished product ready to build on now. Whereas with Polkadot, they kept telling developers, wait a little longer, we'll get there. Try out this testnet on Kusama, right?
Yeah.
Which is good. It's a great ecosystem. I don't mean to speak ill of Polkadot, but for a lot of developers, they were looking for something they could build on right now. And Solana is ready and the performance is quite good. Plus they have a very big emphasis on NFTs, which I don't need to tell you, NFTs are hot right now. So any platform that allows for low fee, fast transactions with a lot of NFTs, they're going to do well, no matter which platform it is. So Solana checks a few of those boxes.
So what do you think? Will it continue go to the moon? What do you think?
I don't think so. I'm glad you asked. So just in the basic CoinGecko view here, I'm going to take a look at their chart here as well. This is an embedded chart from TradingView. So it'll just give us a simple overview of Solana. But this is a Solana price chart. I think that we did see a peak from before at that all-time high of 170. And I think I knew people who tried to buy in here telling themselves, or I'm sorry, at over 200. I knew people who tried to buy in somewhere around this point, and it's doing that same bounce downward. It is correlated to other coins as well. Solana has not totally decoupled itself from the price action of Ethereum or Bitcoin. But that all-time high of 213 US dollars, I don't think we're going to see it skyrocket past that point anytime soon. And I think we're going to really see if it has that staying power, the potential to perform really well as an investment after the bottom of this market. We'll see if it returns to profitability after that point. Many projects have done a bit like this when they're correlated to Bitcoin specifically. I'll pull up that Bitcoin chart again. When you see a really big correction in Bitcoin, like we did from the 65-ish, or $62,000 range, and then dropping straight down. When you see a correction like this, the assets that are correlated to it, when everything corrects and it kind of ranges back down like this, has a very big drawdown of 40% or 50%. That's when you start to see what it's really made of, right? And Solana did this run up afterwards, but now it seems to have recoupled with the price action of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I think even with those technical innovations and having developers really interested in it, there's still, we have to respect the fact that investor money is coming in and investors are trying to figure out where to put their money. We'll see if that price recovers. It's going to have to do so after everything sort of does floor discovery, right? So like new support discovery at the bottom, right? Like where is the support really for Bitcoin and Ethereum? And when we find out where that support for Bitcoin and Ethereum is, and they begin to recover, then we see what Solana is made of and see if it can recover on its own terms or if it has to wait for Bitcoin and Ethereum to recover first.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going personally to buy Solana anytime soon. I will see how it goes and then we will see. So I guess that's it for today. Thank you so much. It was really cool talking to you. And maybe is it something else you want to tell guys who are watching our video now?
Yeah, sure. First off, if you're not subscribed to Maria's channel, obviously you should be subscribed. That's the first thing. But the second thing is, if you liked a little bit of the straight talk that Maria and I had about markets and about coins and about some of the fundamentals that come from proof of work mining versus staking, that's the sort of thing that I cover on a regular basis on my channel too. You might like the sort of content that I make too. So if you like this, then you might enjoy subscribing to my channel as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Hope to see you soon. Bye.